Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, Trackmaster Railway Adventures, Episode 1, Storm. One day, at the wharf, it was a bright and sunny day at the wharf. Well, it wouldn't stay this great. Duck was one day puffing along the wharf until he met Duncan. Hello, Duncan. Duncan, said Duck. Hello, Duck, said Duncan. What are you doing? Duck said, well, what are you doing? Duncan said, Duck. Oh, said Duncan. Nothing really. I'm just puffing along the island of Sodor since I have nothing to do. That's cool, said Duck. But, you know. And then until they heard a rumble of thunder. Said Duck. Oh no, I hate that. I know the remnants of those sounds when I hear them, he said crossly. What are you trying to say, said Duncan? Well, said Duck, when I hear thunder, I'm always thinking of the violent tornadoes that hit the Island of Sodor twice. That EF4, for some reason, that wasn't the strongest, but it was the scariest experience for me. And that EF5, woo, that was scary for me, said Duncan. Okay, said Duncan. Well, I'm going now, said Duncan. He really didn't want to talk to Duck no more. The reason why is because that now he had to go. He wanted to go. Well, I'll see you later, Duck, said Duncan. He puffed away. You have fun, whatever you're doing, said Duck. And Duck puffed away too with his train. And then until Duck heard it again, but this time it was louder. No, said Duck, that doesn't sound good. And then Duck came along, a freight car. Hey, what's this freight car doing on my line? He said. And then Duck pushed it out of the play. There we go, said Duck, but he pushed it too hard that it came off the rails. Whoops, said Duck, I didn't mean to do that. Well, just continue along the way, said the driver, and act like he didn't do it. Yes, where I'm going, said Duck. And he moved it and he pushed it out of the way until Duck felt a big gust of wind. Oh no, said Duck, that is not good at all. Then, back at the depot, Percy was pushing a tar tanker and 3 fuel tankers. He was pushing them to the quarry a few miles from here until he felt the gust of wind too, and the gust of wind was strong enough that the tar tanker came derailed, and Percy did not know it, so his whole train came derailed. And he did not know it until he hit against the rock, and then rocks pelted him everywhere. Bother, said Percy crossly. Wow, said Ben, who came out of here. You took a beating, Percy. Be quiet, Ben, said Percy. Okay, said Duck. Meanwhile, Vocal was puffing along the tracks, and then until it started pouring down all on the island. Duck's driver was like, oh no. They said, we gotta stay here until the storm passes, cause this is getting too bad. I understand, driver, said Duck. I understand it boldly, he said. However, that storm started becoming so bad that Duck actually felt it through him. Oh no, said Duck. And it was also strong that it started picking up the truck and started flipping it a little. Oh no. And then it became so strong that trees started to topple over at the forest. And also that the roof of the station Duck was at, some shingles were starting to fly off. No, said Duck. What if I come with it? Don't relax. You can probably withstand something at 130 miles an hour. I am measuring this with my I don't know what to call this. I forgot, said the driver. But I'm measuring it with this object and the wind is at 90 miles per hour. 90 miles per hour is at the speed of a mid-end F1 tornado on the island of Sodor. Oh no! He was standing on the ground because his hand was bending back because the wind was so fierce. Once a tornado gets in a high-end F1 range, that's enough to derail narrow gauge engines like Duncan. As Duncan was battling against the wind until he started actually feeling it hard. He actually started feeling it hard. Oh no, said Duncan. What's happening? The wind is too strong. The wind is very strong. Said Duncan. Help me! Until he started derailing a little bit. Oh no! And then, all of a sudden, the wind slowed to 80 miles an hour, which is still strong, but each mile an hour counts. And then it decreased to 75 miles an hour, then to 70, and it decreased every 5 miles per hour every minute. And then until, in a few minutes' notice, the winds were only at 45 to 40 miles an hour until Duncan wasn't shaking no more, as Duncan was very slightly derailed. Almost every part of the island of Sodor was damaged. Fortunately, only barns and sheds were seriously damaged. So basically, the damage was minor. But everything around you could see was at least damaged to some extension. Except for trains. Like buildings had their shingles ripped off. The bridge support was coming apart. And they had to rebuild that. And one injury had occurred from the storm. And that was a young lady at that station where the shingle blew off the roof. After the storm, Duck was very surprised. Oh wow, he said. Can't believe such a storm would do all this destruction. Well, those winds were kind of strong. What do you expect? He said. Well, said Duck, I have no idea what to expect. Well, hopefully they'll live. Hopefully there were no deaths, he said. Hopefully not either, said the driver.